Is this Roland Martin going off on a Taco Bell employee because he needs his Mexican pizza?
Y'all close in 30 minutes. You ain't no fucking power surge, ho. Stupid ass bitch. Slap the shit out of you, bitch. If you don't want to do your job, don't come to work.
Hey, bro.
Huh?
Let me ask you a question, man. Why you ain't changed? Hey, bro.
Huh?
Let me ask you a question, man. Why you ain't changed clothes, bro?
Let me ask you a question. Every time you see me, you gotta ask me a question like you 50 Cent asking people 21 questions.
But, bro, you gotta have some hygiene.
Let me
man.
ask you, did you take a bath last night?
Of course, and that's what I'm telling you, man. You gotta have some hygiene,
Well,
man.
congratulations, because I'm homeless and now I have the luxury to take a bath every night and wash clothes like that. So be grateful for what you got and stop always talking about people and stuff. That's what's wrong with people. They always talking about people instead of trying to help them and stuff. Just thank God that you able to take a bath and change your clothes every night. I might have them on the next day and the next day and the next day. That's between me and God. You worry about yourself. Any more questions?
You good,
Oh,
bro.
all right, that one I thought. Have a blessed day.
If you're tired of being censored on social media, join 6zeros.net. It's black owned, black operated, and black moderated. And we make sure it stays a safe space for us to talk about all things black culture. We also got some cool gear like the FDM cotton crew neck, the Fearless Ancestors tee, hats, and more. check us out at 60s.net.
Hey girl, why are you so sad?
I just got banned from Twitter again.
Should have been on 60s.net. Ah.
What you are looking at is a monument to Wade Hampton. Wade Hampton was one of the largest enslavers in the state of South Carolina, which was one of the largest slave-holding states. And yet, here on the Capitol grounds, there is a monument to him. If South Carolina wants to recognize and remember this period of history, then it is incumbent upon South Carolina and the United States as a whole to repair the damage that has come from this period in history. At the end of the Civil War, Black Americans who are descendants of American slaves, legislatively called freemen, were supposed to receive their 40 acres in a mule, and that never happened. Instead, they saw their black Wall Streets burnt to the ground. They experienced Jim Crow, they experienced redlining, which robbed them of billions in dollars of wealth. In order for America to heal, Black America has to be repaired. I am running to repair Black America because until we all stand, we all have fallen.
All right, welcome once again to the Beatzilla PDX official show. I am your host, Beatzilla PDX officially. And we are here again on a midweek report. Gonna be an interesting one today. But it's been an interesting day, so I guess, so shall it be. So I hope everybody is doing well. We do have a few things to discuss today. Interesting times we are in. Interesting times that we are in. As you're coming in, please hit the like and share button. And if you are not already a subscriber to this channel, if you would like to participate in the chat, then you should subscribe. If you subscribe right now, in 5 minutes you will be, which by now, since the intro is long enough, you should already be in the chat because you should have came in and immediately subscribed. Hit the notification bell, hit the word all, so anytime this broadcast goes live or uploads a video, you'll be notified, hopefully, if YouTube is not hating. But, we know how that goes with the YouTube on the pro-black channels. And yes, for those who are unaware, this is one of the pro-black channels, so let me inform you, if you are offended by that, then you are probably in the wrong place. But nonetheless, hit the like button on your way out. So let me go ahead and shout out everyone we got in the chat. All right, let's see. We got some folks off up in here today, don't we? Okay. Come on in. We have Nikki the Guy, Chief Moderator in the house. We have Judah Queen, the Secretary of Information over here. Nino Black in the house. Tia 2U, Samuel Logan, Lawrence Lilly, Black in Power. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Silent D Productions in the house. Brandon Cruz sings. What's going on, my brother? All right. Oyela Aket in the house. All right. We are officially international. Esmont. All right. I see you. So, welcome, everybody. Once again, like I said, to the Beatzilla PDX official show. I guess the first thing I'll start with today was today's experience. for the most recent news, I was in a Twitter space earlier today held by the good brother Kid Gravity Beyond. And Shawana S., welcome, welcome. Hey, I see you in here. We had a nice little building session for the most part. And I was in the audience for the majority of the time. Um, and then I got on stage to speak. And I've said, you know how when you say things, certain trigger words or maybe certain subjects or terms might throw someone off. Then they might just totally get fixated on what they thought you said. Then they'll just repeat what you didn't say over and over and over and over again until that lie becomes believable to them. One of the things that was interesting in this particular conversation, though, is after the meeting or the space, I got an inbox. So obviously somebody felt some kind of way about what I thought I had reiterated and cleared up in the space. When I closed out of the space, I specifically said, no hard feelings. Well, obviously, you can't help when other people's what they harbor. So I just put it like that. Hey, you can't, there's no control over another person's feelings. All you can do is just understand that, hey, they feel some kind of way. And that's cool. One thing I do have to clear up, I'm not known in any circle as a liar. I'm not known in any circle as being any less than B1. I mean, like literally all my life. Well, sometimes you have people who gather in certain crews and groups. And when people get to talking about people who aren't actually present, some people can actually formulate concepts in their minds of who they perceive individuals to be. Well, one thing again, like I say, I'm not really known to be a liar. So, something that was said is that, and I've heard this lie before about being like somehow some kind of Pan-Africanist or something like that. No, I'm not. And also, y'all know I'm foundational Black American. Well, you also know that down in my lineage on one particular side of my family, the only one, there is a relative, a great grandmother from Jamaica who made her way up here as a few did. Now, when I brought this up, for some reason I guess they're foreign to them, and that's fine. Because not everybody is aware of all these other little nuances and things of American history because they have kept them from us. So that's okay. One thing though, when you start getting into the conversation of when somebody is telling you what their lineage is, and they're trying to say, well, you're trying to take away from my claim. I come from a family of landowners. So the history of what I'm talking about is literally named on a street in Arkansas, Butler Land, where our family's shack from the 1800s still sits. Yeah. So when these people get out here, they be, oh, I'm hype, and I know what you said, and I know what you said, and this is and you're going to change my history. If my family was on the 1860 census, because most people who were in Arkansas, black folks, were on the 1860, so they do predate it. So wherever the hell they're from, would may be on the census. That's not, and so when I'm saying we're found on the census, because you can also find us by way of our land, I'm not making anything up. But let's just take a listen right here so y'all can hear it for yourself. See, okay, here's another thing I'm going to clarify. If you have a Caribbean woman, a Jamaican woman, come here in, say, 1850 something, she marries a foundational black man. All of their children have children with foundational black Americans. We're still just now touching the beginning of the 1900s. That's already one generation of foundational black Americans. Because remember, they still have one family member tied to the plantation. But this woman was coming out of her mouth saying that I'm saying because this small group somehow nullifies every black foundational American that has any lineage that might be from the Caribbean way down the line. In 2022, I don't know how you can. Thank you, Nino Black. That means you're FBA. Oh, well, you'll hear somebody say that. Oh, I think that was part of her problem. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let me get to this screen. Let me move this screen over here. All right. So, let me get down there. There you go. You can see those good faces right there.
First, black first. So I guess addressing the topic of the room, how can non-FBA assist FBA and freemen with reparations? Number one, I guess, is for those who are unclear about where our political position is, acquaint themselves with this new black media space to get a good understanding. And there's so much of a variety, but one thing that we are all still stressing is the code. So you'll always be able to get an idea of where foundational black Americans are coming from, where we came from. Now,
Now, see, I just gave you the the clear cut status of foundational black Americans and their and ours. See, there for some reason there's nothing to be confused by what I'm saying. So I'm always paying attention to somebody who purposely does this. All right, so let's go back and here's some more.
as a little personal tidbit of information, in my family, I literally have after in my family there are Jamaicans that came to America right after Jamaica was liberated in the 1830s.
And let me clarify this. I have one Jamaican in my family, but that's one of a small group. So I also clarify small group as well, and also clarify Jamaican, not foundational Black American.
So you have black folks that were here in America from Jamaica that were intermingling. They came here to join in with the Maroons and foundational Black Americans. So
when I say intermingling, that's a PC term for marrying, which actually means procreating. I mean, maybe for the single people that might have went over their head. I don't know. But when I say intermingling, I do mean intermingling. Y'all dig it? Now, if somebody's really going out of their way to just not listen to what I'm saying, then they can try to say that means whatever that means. But no, when I say intermingling, I don't mean just hanging with. I mean they were married, starting families, dynasties, legacies as much as they could in America.
You might have some Jamaican blood over with the Gullah Geechees because these people came up here as soon as they got liberated. They came a very small number, but they came here as riders. So if nothing else, a lot of people come into these spaces and they don't know the history of a lot of these free Jamaican slaves that came up here, came directly on up to America and married in to foundational Black American culture. These people are on like the 1850, 60, and 70 census. So a lot.
You know, I guess what I'm saying right now might sound a little foreign until the Maroon movie come out. Please revisit me then.
A lot of people don't know that. These are the type of people to whom you need to kind of adopt that spirit of.
In the 30s?
18.
Now you're interrupting with the wrong date. Okay, I see. Let's see, Tanya Zion said, my grandpa was Jamaican and moved to Mississippi. My grandpa was Aboriginal Native American and they had 16 kids. Oh, okay. I think you meant your your grandma. Gotcha. Yeah, your grandma's Jamaican. Okay. Pretty much the same thing here. But they're like, oh no, you're changing my lineage. No, it's a real true American story, genius. Jeez. Oh, Lord. These people, Nino Black said, I don't understand. Where's the confusion? You're very clear and transparent and still FBA. Go figure, bro. Man, if anybody can make sense of this one, let me know.
No, 18. No, they were liberated in 1830. Slavery was abolished in 1830 in Jamaica. So after
they came up here and blended in.
Yes.
Not blended. I said intermingle, meaning married. They came in acquired families this way. Typically, it was the women. It wasn't a lot of Jamaican men. That's why Tanya Zion sang the same thing that I'm saying. We're just in Arkansas, she in Mississippi. Damn it. Oh my God. I'm telling you, our people, our people want to be so smart, but yet so dumb.
Yes, indeed, they do. Those are foundational Black Americans, absolutely. So for that's what I'm saying, my own personal testimony with that.
They're still Jamaicans.
Well, no, they're Jamaicans that came in here and moved in here.
Why does everybody just say they're foundational Black Americans?
How did we get there? Y'all see how this happens in conversation? And I'm sure for those of y'all who be in these spaces, y'all have powerful building sessions, and then you get one of these people coming in here deterring and derailing everything because they weren't listening. And it's all now about what this woman thinks, not about what was said. Now she's in my inbox. I'll read those messages after this. Because see, what you're hearing right now is very clear. I made no mistake about what I was saying. And I did not say like, oh, they're just blending in. No. They came here and married in. Maybe I didn't make intermingling clear enough for you. My bad.
Can I elaborate on that?
No. First, I wasn't done. I wasn't done.
Australia, and my people move over to Australia in the
Now she's bringing up Australia. If my people move to Australia, you are talking about black people moving to white people's land. You see how she just took apples and oranges and then tried to mesh that it all together like it's the same. No, ma'am, it's not. And you're in intelligent, learned company. So don't come around here with that horse shit talking stupid. We know better. And I know what I said because I'm very responsible with my words. I'm a man. I have to be. You can always tell the people who have the absence of that around.
Let the brother finish. Let the brother finish. I'll give you a chance to rebuttal this. Let the brother finish.
Now, what I'm saying is this: when you coming up here that early, marrying in, all of those offspring are still foundational Black Americans.
See, now you see, I'm bringing my point right back to marrying in. That's what intermingled meant. Marrying in. So those offspring are what? Class? Foundational Black Americans. Oh, brother Nino. Oh, there's more. I'm sure she has something to say about Malcolm X too, because she definitely has something negative to say about Marcus Garvey. But for some reason wants to hang around new black media. Isn't that odd?
That is undebatable. I'm not calling her who came here foundational Black American because that, of course, doesn't make sense since I just clarified her as a Jamaican. But they were here on the census, so anybody they predate some foundational Black Americans on the American census.
You know why? Because some black folks weren't free in 1850. But that one went over her head too. Because she's so damn smart. We're about to celebrate Juneteenth. What year was that? 2 years from the 1860 census. Boy, you are really tearing me a new one, ain't you? Woo-hoo-hoo! Ho-ho-ho! Whoever told you you were ready for me misinformed you.
All I'm telling you, clarifying just a fact. But with that being said, my point is the writers of these Caribbean and other nations that came over here to actually get down with foundational Americans, Marcus Garvey, Stokely Carmichael, these type of individuals, that spirit is what we need right now to deal with our reparations claim. But
Now, understanding the history of black liberation, I understand a lot of these people are very new to this space. So they come with a lot of this 2000 era views and stance of former black leaders, which is absolutely asinine. But, and most of that shit was written by feminists. But I mean, hey, man, most of you are basically borderline feminists anyway, ain't you? So I guess it makes sense to you. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Guess they didn't tell you I do this too. Let's continue.
because you guys have reparations claims, own rights in your own land. If we get it first, we set the tone and the precedence for
Right,
all the
Nino.
other people to get their paper to where they need to get it from. So no, please don't ever confuse my words with anything else. I understand how other people can receive it, but no, that's a Jamaican intermingling in. So yes, they would be, but when their children are by a foundational Black American and all of these other people down the line are foundational Black Americans, that's a foundational Black American in 2022. And I'll land my plane.
Does that make sense enough to everybody? I hope that does. I hope that makes enough sense to everyone. Wasn't that clear cut enough? I don't think we have to really. I mean, there's more. But I want to stop right there for the simple fact that that wasn't enough. Let me read this to you. Now, you heard what I said very clearly. When people do this type of thing, I go on alert. And since I've already made myself abundantly clear, I will no longer be playing any games with anybody who tries me. Guess they sent, boy, they sent you out like a crash test dummy, didn't they, sister? So let's just read the first little message here, shall we? Since I just played you very clear what I said. Since Jamaicans are a huge part of early America, why is there no mention of them in the Constitution? You mean in the 1700s when we're talking about late 1800s? Okay, gotcha. That question totally makes sense, dude. Got it. A handful of opportunists means nothing to America. The only people freed were my people. Seeing how she completely is turning whatever I said into whatever she believes I said, I just responded like this. I don't discount that. I think you misunderstood my point, but no problem. It happens. Her response, you are not a protector of the culture. And then right after that goes on to say, you are not slick. I'm smarter than you. I know what you did. All right. My response, sorry that you feel that way, ma'am. Her response, trying to pretend we are all mixed with Caribbeans or Caribbeans is an old and tired ploy. I wonder why you did it. Now, you see what's happening there, Tanya Zion? Right there, now she's talking past our own existence on how we're even living. Now, this, I don't understand where she's at with it now. Because you're from Mississippi, I'm more than positive you come from family that own land. And more than likely, you had to put it off up in your great grandmama name, just like we did. Why? Because she was a Jamaican national. So we get a chance to keep our land. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Y'all think y'all so smart and don't know nothing. Good grief. My response. Whoa, I never said that at all. Her response, you did. It's recorded. Well, I just played it for you guys. Did you hear me say that at all? Look at Tiny Zion. Yep, they had a farm. Hey, TJ, welcome, welcome, welcome. See, you guys are learning something new. See, this is what you should do. When people actually have learned, lived experiences, listen. It might teach you something new. But I know I'm just a lowly nigga. I just don't know nothing, so you're just so smart. Y'all black feminists is something else, man. Whew. My response. And I never said, and I never said all FBA is mixed. You keep adding things that are not present, and you are being dishonest. Her response: don't add Caribbeans to my lineage with your ahistorical BS. Thank you. My response: not sure how one case became all to you, but okay, ma'am, you got it. Now I just want y'all to look at something. You heard how short that last response was. Just for record, the next response is that damn long. Okay. The purpose for saying it was to mix all of us up, which is ethnocide. You even lied about Jamaicans being here before Black Americans. Okay, let me pause right there. Ma'am, if you're watching right now, hopefully you heard me replay what I said. And I didn't say they predated. I said before Black Americans, because how the hell could that be if foundational Black Americans built the country to which the Jamaicans came to? Now, y'all sit up here, come out here out your ass, like y'all really been in this B1 space for so damn long. You didn't even watch the first Hidden Colors if you didn't know that. I'm gonna need y'all to start shutting y'all fraud asses up. You came to the right one, baby. And by the right one, I, yes, in fact, do mean you got the wrong one. Let me continue. You lied about Jamaicans being here before Black Americans. You don't know history. That's why you are deriding others. That's a line right out the sock dancer's mouth, ain't it? Right through his teeth. Now I'll tell you, boy, when y'all deal with escape mental patients, it's amazing to me. And you didn't, but I get it. It's all making sense to me now. All right. Jay, boy, you better leave me alone. Deriding others. Yes. So for those who did not catch the BAN awards by the Crumb Cake, by Bando Realty representative. I'm at the end of that video, Afro Elite's on it, and me and another sister that they are so upset at, Sister JL, that they're always going at. I don't know what all this is about. I'm over here in my space, and for some reason, my name is coming up. And this is where it's going to start getting interesting, folks. So take a listen to this. You probably think UK Brits created Chicago drill and Jamaicans created hip hop. Pitiful, extremely uneducated. I literally have a record with Bootsy Collins. Boy, oh boy. Okay. Next, my response. Damn, you are a delusional liar, because I never said they were here before foundational Black Americans. You are really reaching, ain't you? Because see, now I see, okay, you trying to do something that ain't even true. Z-Night J, hey. He said toothless. Lordy me. So here's her response. Listen to the recording. Did you hear it? Did you hear it again, sister? Because I just played it for you. You heard what I said. You could chop it up and chop this up and all you need to. Because what you're saying I said ain't there. And I just played it directly off of Twitter. Loud and wrong. Title of you. Loud and wrong. with a soft voice. How pretty. So here's a response. Listen to the recording. Everybody heard it. April and all the people in the back channeling me. Black said, I don't rep Jamaica. How far away that is down the line for me, brother. That's funny as hell. And then I got white folks on Twitter talking about I'm mixed. What a day. What a day. Oh, man. So there's people back channeling her while I'm talking about just what you heard. That sounds like a whole bunch of messy ass school hater shit, huh? Damn. And you want to be close to people while you're being that messy? I wonder why people would trust you. My response, oh, I know what people heard, and you are wrong. Listen to the response, family. 20 people in the recording are wrong? So you're telling me that you were talking to 20 people about me, a person to whom you don't know, while I was speaking, and you felt so moved because they were back channeling you to come try to check me about something that I didn't even say. Woo! Ooh, it's a rough night. 20 messages about that shit. You don't say, sister. I'm a popular fella, ain't I? Damn. My response, 20 people worried about what I say when I don't know any of you? I'll skip the next thing because then she sent me a invite for a space that somebody else held. Yeah. It's like, oh, have a nice space. Oh, it's not my space. Well, getting ready for my broadcast tonight. Her response, hopefully you won't try to recreate Black American history. My response to her, landowners don't have to rewrite history because we are part of it. Next time when you think your mind on Twitter transcends over here in this space, think again. It does not. It does not. Yeah. Oh, boy. And I know a lot of y'all probably think, oh, that person got a lot of good stuff to say. Maybe they did. I'll never know. Because that person ain't going to be nowhere around me. That much I can tell you. Not doing that shit. What I look like. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. You know, because some people like to get out here and just, oh man, he's such a liar. No, what you'll see is I'm extremely well tempered with my words. That's one of the things about when people kind of identify you as being a good communicator, meaning you do know how to communicate on a nice wavelength that people can understand and get some clarity and enjoy. You dig? Oh, you said, who is it? Oh, that's no mystery. I wasn't hiding it. Oh, I didn't actually put her face up there. That was Woney. That was the Woney. So when y'all in your Twitter spaces with that sister, what they say her and what's that other woman's name? April. I don't know who April Showers is, but obviously she's well aware of me. So let me go ahead and put that out there because she's back channeling people about a person whom she does not know. You know, so go ahead next. They'll be, oh look, he went to prison. Hey, ladies, my audience already knows all of that. But here's the other thing. What did I go for? Anybody else in your environment went for shooting a white supremacist? I don't think so. See how different we are? Damn, y'all weirdos. Jesus. Mm. Well, back to what really matters. The news. I'm done. Hello. Yes, indeed. What am I seeing? Canada? Is I'm done from Canada as well? Is that what I'm seeing? Oh my Lord. Thank you, ZNJ. ZNJ said, you popular, Beatzilla. My grandfather told me you must be doing something right. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know, it's it's interesting. It's very interesting because one thing that's happened over the past couple of days um, is a response that I've gotten from white supremacists. Well, suspected white supremacists. They're probably still going haywire on my Instagram and Twitter right now over the hashtag that I had just recently created. Um, you know, they really don't like it. Oh, you're FBA from Michigan to Toronto. Oh, okay, right on. Got it. Up there in the T dot. Yeah. You said, what's her name again? Woney. Mm-hmm. That is who is had so much of a great issue with me today. I know some people be like, damn, he actually said her name. Why would he ever mention me? Well, because, yeah, there you go, Nino Black. There you go. So if y'all see her name in the chat, that's who it is. And I know, see, the reason why is because this person actually has people listen to this person. And, you know, like I said, I'm not above any type of conversation, but when people do shit like that, that's real suspect to me. Because number one, you don't know me from a can of paint. So anything and any type of energy that you coming off to me with disrespect, number one, that's foolish because you do not know me. So you coming at people on the internet to whom you don't know. Everybody don't live on the internet. The hell is wrong with you? Nobody taught you nothing. I mean, I be wondering what's wrong with these people. Like, ain't nobody taught you shit. Don't get around here and this internet gonna turn. You gonna end up like MC Search and MC Hammer. Learn how to know who you talking to. So these people do a lot of crazy things. They got these wild ideas like, oh, I believe this person is this because this person said such. You don't even know them. Y'all know each other from Twitter. How the hell you think you know me? Too much childish behavior out here. And you know, this brings me to the point. Look at how many black folks are just only looking to go at black folks in the midst of watching Babylon crumble. What's your dilemma? Really? What is your dilemma? Oh, one thought is you actually have a problem with seeing it fall. It ain't hard for me to see because I've been around this black liberation thing for a very long time. And like I said, as long as I've been, my phones have been tapped. I mean, anybody that calls me knows what it's like to call me. There is not one monitored phone call on my damn phone. Haven't had one in over 12 years. Had a consistent plane in surveilling me and other so-called malcontents of my city. We've even had that. The FBI even said that because there's no police plane here. So who is that? I'm really tired of somebody who just hopped out of nowhere yesterday, always talking shit to people who've actually really lived this life. And they're going to try to tell me about what I don't know. I can't talk how I would really be talking to you on here or online, but maybe somebody might help you out with understand that end of the game. When it comes to Beatzilla, STU. I mean, shut absolutely the gut. Don't put my name in your mouth because you ain't put my time in. Punk. I'll be damned having some fly-by-night running a blabbermouth to anyone because they just want to be a messy broad talking shit about me. And I ain't arguing with no female. I'm being nice. But man, this is alpha male space. Real ones. And I'm telling you, shut up. Got me absolutely, you got me completely confused, lady. So whoever's giving you your information, wrong. Certified real one. Tell you. So much so. This little piggy that goes to the market lost his mind because the pressure of this world, which is coming from the energy of this new black media B1 space, from these alpha males and these women strong by the side of these men who, if they aren't even with them, will still aid and prop them up. And here's one thing that's coming back amongst our ranks: the demand of respect. And I think when you're in an environment where power is taken and not asked for at all, I think understanding that level of respect should come easy. But that if it doesn't, then that lets me know, okay, what is your end all objective? Still trying to wait for the white man to give you something. Because I hear what you're talking about. But you're talking to the people that even put you in position to even be talking. Shut up when it comes to Beatzilla. Do yourself a favor. So, this little Mark Piggy that went to the market up in Seattle, he's losing it, just like a lot of these people are. And that is what we are talking about today. Babylon is falling, folks. And some of you that, well, I don't know. I got some bad news for you. And let me tell you something. When white folks are showing you that they're at dis-ease, believe them. And stop looking at the ones who are making them feel at dis-ease like we shouldn't be respected. Like, I'm going to say this again. Ain't nobody ever taught y'all nothing. Sheesh. Check this out. You definitely should have been calling 911 when he hit them people in the first place. Now he out of his car. So what happened here is it's some white on white crime here. But see, the reason why all of these white folks is upset right now with what I'm saying with the hashtag white violence, they real upset. They real upset about that. But look at what we're looking at. We are being faced more and more daily, on a daily basis with this white violence, even if the perpetrator isn't even white. This is the effect of white supremacy on a systematic level. Kid Gravity be on. What is going on, my brother? You missed it. If you just now getting here, man, you missed it. I played a little piece earlier. Yes. Donna O'Neill, that is the Pike Place disgruntled driver. Absolutely. Yes, indeed. And we're going to have a lot of them. We're going to start seeing a lot more of these. And I want y'all to take notice of this. Because, see, white supremacy is taking a L, whether you know it or not. Do you know the most popular candidate right now with the Republicans is Herschel Walker? Here's something else that they're not talking about, and I will get into this maybe on a smaller, get more in depth in a specific broadcast for this. But something that has kind of flew under the radar this week. Look at that dude right there. There you go. So look, so this dude right here, see him? With the shades on, that's the driver. That's the driver of the car. So now look, he clearly can't go nowhere. So he runs over somebody else just to run into the back of somebody else. So I'm gonna run over two people because I'm upset, but then I'm gonna just ram their car. See, hashtag white violence. So see, we're going to be taking a few looks at this, and we're going to stay on this thing here because there was something else that one of these suspected white supremacists said. Matter of fact, let me see. Here's another. Uh, See, we have some angry white supremacists today, and when I said, and they're taking notice about the hashtag. It's all about that hashtag white violence. We're gonna put the emphasis on the H, white, white violence. Oh my lord! Yeah, we're gonna get into this. They claim mental health. Mental health, my ass. No, that's just angry white man. That's angry white man. I didn't get my way. Do what I want you to do right now syndrome. And that's what we're going to talk about. The Kyle Rittenhouse effect. I can do what I want to do because I'm white. And because these people are less than me. Well, it can't stay white forever. It's going to transcend into other groups that want to be white. And when you have, right now you have natural born men have transitioned into women. So how can't a non-white person transition into a devout white supremacist? Why ain't that possible? See, yeah, they don't want you to start talking like that. See, they have a problem when you start bringing up stuff like that. Oh my Lord. All of a sudden, now there goes the noise. I swear the government got to be sending these people by my house. I mean, it's always something, ain't it, family? Let's not forget when I first started my broadcast. I did my very first podcast. It was good sound, crisp and everything. Right after that, nonstop construction for 2 solid years. Oh, there are lots of those in there in Washington State. Oh, you're up in Washington? Oh, well. Here's a Northwest thing, family. Let me tell you something. You want to know how you always know somebody's from either Portland, and I'll say specifically Portland, because Portland white folks are a special kind. And if you are sincere, love the God, welcome, brother. Um, we have a unique experience with white folks up here in the Northwest. One of the things is I could tell you if I'm in any airport, in anywhere, in any country, I could tell you the white person who is flying back to Portland. I guarantee it. Be like, oh well, you either live here or you live very close to Portland. Uh huh. Yeah. Where do you go? Emerald or A? If you at A, oh yeah, you definitely are well aware of Portland. Yes, sir. But that's why I call this place the University of White Supremacy. We know him. We know him to a T. You know, I just wish more of our folks would understand what we know. You know, unless for some of y'all that grew up down south, you know, like maybe in the 70s and 80s, some of these younger ones, I think things might be a little y'all seeing white folks in y'all neighborhoods. Like I'm from Portland, Oregon. We didn't see white folks in our neighborhoods till after what year 2000. They didn't go to the north side. We had to go to like the payphone to go get pizzas delivered where I grew up. They wouldn't come down the side streets. And I get it because there was a cab driver that got robbed, smoked on the top of the block. So, I mean, shit happens though. Crime happens everywhere, dude. Calm down. Let's see. What do I have next? Where is that at? Where is that at? Oh, wait. Did I put that here? Ah. Oh, I didn't. Okay, bear with me 1 second. Let me get this video in here. We have to take another look at some of this hashtag white violence. Here's another thing about some of these black folks that are always doing negative things against other black people. You don't see those people often going at white supremacy. Like, I could have a very much bigger following if I did not always go at white supremacy. I put white supremacy in my titles and my thumbnails. I don't give a damn because that's what it's about. That is what we are combating. And you know, a lot of people are. Hey, you are. Some people are in this for a whole different reason. And you gonna get your ass away from me. But you know, this is what we do this for. And we gonna keep exposing this because see, from the children. Oh, matter of fact, let me set this up the proper way. Ooh-wee. Yeah, let me set this up the proper way. Yeah. So, look at these children here. You know, those children there, who's raising those children? And then all of a sudden, we're just, they got a mental illness or this and that. Family. What is the first thing that everybody says is a child's nurturer and first teacher? It's mother. Well, let's look at the mothers of white violence, shall we?
Well, we don't care. We ran into y'all. Y'all were saving seats. We said no. So that's why you got this rap.
You're not mad, are you?
Yes, Nino, I can see your comments. You said they're not showing on your TV. That's YouTube too. Because yeah, I got you here. I got you. I got you here, bro. That's man. Y'all, you don't be taking these little like man. We do not take for granted the impact that we have. The powers that be can be ghosts in the machine, and they definitely will. That's the type of the little shit they do to let you know that they are still in control. Yeah, well, still kiss my ass.
Hey,
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
are y'all serious?
Oh, shit.
Hey, get the fuck up.
Hey. Oh, shit.
Stop.
Shit.
What y'all doing? Don't touch my fucking boy.
After graduation. Oh, Lord, forgive me.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let me pin that joker right there. See, and that's what got them upset today. Hey, this is a call for anti-white racism. No, it's not. Stop it. Stop it. But you do understand, right? Family, what I say, I see a new Crystal Flex by Lex. Yes, indeed. Y'all, y'all remember, man. This is how they are seeing this movement of Black unity, and that's why I always look for the people who are not looking. They're always fighting unity, but never fighting white supremacy. That's always a clear-cut sign to me. But we know what they're thinking about us because they send their minions to us. Because this is how they pray. And one day, this will be the answer.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
One more time for your mind.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
Oh, boy. So, RG Titan 901, welcome, brother. So again, let's take our refresher and understand from Professor Anthony Browder again, because see, some of these people think that fighting each other makes more sense, and that just tells me that you might lack good sense.
We have to take this thing seriously. We are at war. People destroy us, and the first battlefield in any war takes place in the mind. Whoever controls your perception of self has already won the battle. So we've got to be serious. I also understand that not all of us are prepared to be serious. Not all of us have the mental capabilities of being serious because of all of the things that we've been consuming that have destroyed our brain cells. So that's a reality.
Facts. You know, and so, you know, with that being said, I want to show you something else that actually is kind of getting smokescreen. And this story was real odd to me when I first heard it, as long as it's going to take now. Y'all know there was another subway shooting? I mean, it kind of got lost in the midst of everything else, but yeah, man, there was a whole nother a whole nother shooting in the New York subway. And this almost is identical to the last subway shooter. Now, when I was hearing them talk about this story, I think it was Monday morning. They were talking about the story on the news. They weren't even bringing up the last mass shooter. Or, well, he wasn't mass shooter, but the last subway shooter. It's like, this is kind of weird that you're not even connecting these two type of incidents. Because okay, now these little kids down there in Texas got ambushed and massacred, and right off the rip, it got related to Sandy Hook, which is typical media behavior. So something about this not being related to and here's an opportunity for another black shooter. I mean, you're gonna pass on this opportunity to make the connections to two black shooters. Something's a head scratcher for me right here.
Deadly incident here at the subway stations in Chinatown, in Manhattan. It is one of two incidents that happened today on our subways, just hours apart from one another. This one again happened on the Q line train. The train itself came to a sudden halt after police say the suspect shot and killed another person in what witnesses say was a random event. According to the NYPD, as this train was approaching the Canal Street station around 11:40 in the morning, the gunman shot a 48-year-old man. The victim was taken to a nearby hospital where police say he was pronounced dead on arrival. The gunman then fled the area. What led to this deadly encounter is still under investigation. The name of the man that died has not been released yet as authorities reach out to his family to tell them about what happened. Witnesses told officers the man who died was innocent. Have a listen.
According to witnesses, the suspect was walking back and forth in the same train car and without provocation pulled out a gun and fired it at the victim at close range as the train was crossing the Manhattan Bridge. When the train pulled into the Canal Street station, the suspect fled off the train. Investigators are in possession of and currently reviewing the MTA security video obtained from the station.
Now, the murder on the Q line wasn't Sunday's only violence trouble. Early in the morning, around 2:45 a.m., police tell us two men got into a fight on the number 2 train just north of Central Park. One of those men, according to officers, a 27-year-old man, pulled out a handgun, but he didn't shoot the guy he was fighting. Investigators say the gunman ended up shooting himself in the leg. The NYPD was able to arrest the gunman in that case before taking him to the hospital for his self-inflicted gunshot wound. Many subway riders will tell you that New York City's transit system does have its problems.
You don't say. Wow. So yeah, family. This when I see stuff like this is a little troublesome because it's like, yeah, what's behind this? So I had to just think about what all am I seeing? And right now, foundational Black Americans are being attacked from every group you see on the screen. Now, what does every group on the screen benefit from us being off of our game? One of the things we're looking for, tangibles. Another thing we want, an anti-hate crime bill specifically for black folks here in America. So, look at what you see. Everybody right there just ready to point the finger at everyone else. Because this is why we're losing, and it's messaging, and it's this, and it's that. No, it's not. It's that you have absolutely crapped on foundational Black Americans for 400 plus years, and it is time for you to fail. All good things come to an end, and you have had your solid run at serving up nothing but pure hell to foundational Black Americans. Why should that absolutely be allowed to go on? I think in all actuality, nature wouldn't allow it to go on. Whoops, that's right. Nature is not allowing that to go on. That's why your numbers are thinning. That's like a self-healing, like look at nature as a surgeon for Earth. And nature can just now detect the cancer and cut out the cancer from Earth. Natural. But when that happens, the unnatural tend to hate the natural. That's why I'm saying our number one objective is dismantling the system of white supremacy. Number two, well, they're interchangeable. Reparations. And here's why all of them feel like they're losing. Because to have Black folks on the bottom this long is clearly a miracle.
Mayonnaise, no medicine. There'd be no 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 mayonnaise, no medicine.
And just like Nino Black said, nature is the immune system. So when you have nature on your side, you don't need any medicine. And if you were like my household, we eat Miracle Whip around this piece. So we could go without mayonnaise. Woo-wee. You said that thing is a creepy teacher? No doubt, no doubt. Oh, well, just to brighten your spirits up, TJ. Did y'all like the intro? For those who missed it, somebody said they caught Roland Martin at Taco Bell. I can't say that this is actually Roland Martin, but the question is asked: is this Roland Martin?
Is this Roland Martin going off on a Taco Bell employee because he needs his Mexican pizza?
Y'all close in 30 minutes. You ain't no fucking power surge, ho. Stupid ass bitch. Slap the shit out of you, bitch. If you don't want to do your job, don't come to work.
Oh, we having fun tonight. We are having fun tonight. Oh my Lord. And you know what's so crazy is like this show was not going to start off in such a manner. But I figured let me just go ahead and get that out the way right off the rip because I'm sure that's going to have to be addressed. Oh, but real quick, let me give this quick little break because somebody, I think it's Black Wall Street on Instagram, posted this. So I guess I'm not sure if this is all targets, but if it is, if this is going on in a Target near you, go out and support. If you can't go get it from a Black business local, I think with them having their stuff in Target, although you're going to Target, it still is beneficial for the person to whom products those are because those register on that next level. So it would be good for them getting their stuff at Target. That's why they have it there. So I know how some people, well, I want to go buy from this person, but the reason why they have it at Target is to expand their brand. So help them out. And here are some of the brands at Target.
When you reach the top.
Whoa, we gonna cut that music out there. I ain't trying to get that one. Yeah, but check that out. Let me go through that. I'll play it again. Yeah, that's dope. Get that mumbo sauce in your system. I keep some mumbo sauce. Black and bold coffee. I'm gonna have to try that. Partake. Yeah, so shout out to them black business owners that got their stuff out in Target. That's a big move. Congratulations. Jeez, congratulations. Yeah, if y'all don't know about that mumbo sauce, Lord. I'm ordering all the way from Washington, D.C. Boy, yeah, don't play with me. I like the spicy. I know y'all out there is like mild. Y'all ain't eating it the right way. But no, I mean, hey man, I ain't from DMV, so I like the little kick. I don't really do too much to mild. Mild bumbo sauce is absolutely good though. But I'm gonna spend the money on it. I'm gonna need that spicy joint. Let me get that spicy mumbo sauce, please. So shout out to Capital Capital Mumbo Sauce. Yeah, get them Partake cookies. I've seen those Partake cookies. I think I've seen advertisements for them on Instagram. So that's dope. We got more black businesses coming up. That is a fantastic situation. Um, oh, okay. So let me play this real quick. And this is per the shooting in the New York subway. Now, for those of y'all who are out in New York, have y'all been hearing about Eric Adams putting his bid in for a 2024 presidential bid? That raised my antenna. I said, well, wait a minute. This is still Joe Biden's first term. So how would you be saying now that Eric Adams is looking to run for president? Which kind of leads me to believe, well, maybe they're trying to do something and trying to make him the new puppet and I'm not sure what his background is. I know his background ain't the same as Barack Obama's. So I don't know if he has any foundational black American ties or not. With a name like Adams, I would assume he's foundational black American, but one can never tell out there. You said no way, Judah Quinn. I mean, if he is, he is. Because come on, we have home raised coons. Sheriff Clark ain't no immigrant. So, shoot, we got Sheriff Clark. Eric Adams ain't gonna be too much different. But here's the thing: what did he say out of his own mouth? They call him the Joe Biden of New York. Peep how they keep putting him in front of the camera, family.
What a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day today to fight.
First, let me respond to the family. Listen, there's nothing more horrific than losing a loved one to a violent act. I've knocked on doors as a police officer, a sergeant, lieutenant, and I've had people, when I notified them that their loved ones were the victims of violence, I've had people curse at me, yell at me, scream at me, say, it's your fault. If you would have done your job as a cop, as a sergeant, a lieutenant. I know that pain. That pain is real, and I've witnessed that pain throughout my career. It is my responsibility to keep New Yorkers safe.
Silent D.
My heart goes out to that family. I am sorry that they lost their loved one. The head of Goldman Sachs, David, yesterday, and gave him my condolences and to the Goldman Sachs family. And so I understand their pain. And
who remembers that name? Who remembers the Goldman Sachs name? Anybody remember that? Anybody? Some of y'all might be too young to remember that one. Anybody remember who Goldman Sachs is? Somehow somebody from them is smoked. Now, yeah, I guess it could be random. Is it? For those who are not aware of who Goldman Sachs is, anybody remember a name Bernie Madoff and the great Ponzi scheme? Bears and Stearns. One of those companies made out like a bandit. Crystal Flex by Flex. You work in banking, so yeah. Are you in like back like the banking, not teller, not an office, but are you in like the offices of the bank? Oh, you're in the bank. Okay. Well, I mean, shoot. Yeah, you definitely will see quite a bit go through there. Yeah, he made off with that money. I actually ended up working with one of my old bosses. Like I told you, I've worked for some of those little hat folks before. So one of my former bosses' son went to school with one of those Bear Stearns individuals who needed to get up out of New York and come west real quick. And he still got his ass summoned back to New York, though. He had to come out here, hop out here real quick. So, I mean, man, let me tell you something. This whole Bear Stearns thing, I would not be. Oh, wait. So, for some of y'all who do not understand how there was just legislation for the little hat community, Senior Puppet, Eric Adams, and whoever else they're using to go ahead and get that, because that's why you're driving home the whole Goldman Sachs. So these scumbags can sit up here and reinvent themselves after tearing down so many families and ruining so many lives. So many people committed suicide behind you dirtbags. Now you guys get all the world's sympathy right a week after black folks got smoked. Imagine that. Goldman Sachs, we got to do something. We got to get this bill. Damn them dead niggas over there. I mean, shoot, but we got to go get this bill out here now. Got to get them you people some bills. Protect them. And give thoughts and prayers to those dead blacks. And you hear something else. Y'all know Joe Biden ordered the flags at half-mast. Lickety-split for them kids. Did that happen for those people at the supermarket? I mean, Joe Biden just keeps showing you he don't give a damn about black people. I don't see how y'all can vote for him. What I really don't know is how anybody would ever be trying to come for me and you voted for Joe Biden. Relax.
I have to make sure the city is safe, and I want that obligation. I thank God I'm the mayor right now, and not those that don't understand the urgency of this moment.
You know, the necessity to find some program to get the guns off the subway. I mean, you've been testing it at City Hall. Isn't it time to install it in the subway?
Yes, and that's so important what you stated, because I want to bring technology, not metal detectors, but technology that could identify a gun. And I want to bring that, move it around in the subway system so that we can identify guns. Now, what's interesting is that all those people who are complaining that I want to use technology to identify a gun, it appears as though that we're living in an alternate reality. I'm trying to figure out why are all the good people saying, Eric, do this, but the loudest that are living safe are saying, don't use technology, don't give police officers who are part of my anti-gun unit, who took 2,800 guns off the street. Everything that we're doing to stop the violence, there's just small number of well-oiled Twitter users that are attacking everything we do to keep our city safe. That's noise.
Well, job well done, black folks of New York, and everybody else who stays on this crooked coon's top, because he needs it. This cat is not to be trusted. This cat is all police, police, police. He calls himself the Biden of New York. He don't even call himself the Black Biden. You understand me? You feel me? How he is identifying? All he sees himself as Biden number 2. He's willing to do everything. Technology? Partner, he talking about digital stop and frisk. You are just a hair shy of the Minority Report. This ain't cool, baby. This ain't cool at all.
We're gonna, as soon as we get the product at the level that we know it can do the job, because there's a lot of vendors we're looking at, we're gonna implement it. We're gonna implement it. No, we got to get it right. And I've said this over and over again. We have to get it right. It has to go through a testing period. It has to make sure it passes the constitutional muster. We have to make sure that it's right, because we don't want to put it out there and take it back. But one thing is for clear. I'm going to use the technology to keep New Yorkers safe.
See how he's using. He has the backing of Joe Biden all the way. Dark-skinned brother said LeBron James and others had something to say too, but neither said a word about the Buffalo victims. I'm not surprised. Probably were told they couldn't. You know, we don't want to make a big deal out of it because these black people are asking for specifically black things. We need another shooting. I mean, you know, everything can be legit. I don't have my tinfoil kufi on, as they say. Cannot help but notice the timing. Cannot help but notice the timing. Right on time to deter everything. So we have one Jewish dude indiscriminately murdered, random. Now we have a bunch of little Latino kids murdered. So now we're talking about guns. We're not talking about anti-black violence. We have just also completely maneuvered away from their great replacement theory talk. Because they really don't want that out there. Because remember, white supremacy takes both sides of the argument. How do we know? We know from this guy.
We put it in the frame of reference. Everyone, when they talk about racism and white supremacy, should always start by saying that the focus, the objective should be replace white supremacy with justice. Those are the 5 basic words.
And here is a great idea to fulfill Dr. Neely Fuller's words. Now, I'm not sure how some of these people on Twitter Spaces feel about Dr. Khalid Muhammad. Who knows? Maybe they have found some way to also disagree with him. Nonetheless, this is a foolproof plan of self-improvement. I really hope people understand that. But unfortunately, they are caught up to this idea. Which one is better? Black folks, look at the screen. Which choice is the best for black folk? Which one of these groups do you believe has foundational black Americans back? Which group? Spidey on the left, Spidey on the top, or Spidey on the right? Which Spidey is it? It's neither. Judah Queen. Facts. Yes, indeed. But here's the answer to the question. Babylon is falling. And who is to blame? All of them. So, for people who have like to try to misconstrue my words and whatnot, thank you for the people who actually do come and support what I say and understand and been supportive to the movement. Because there's a lot of people who like to and have ideas about getting close to certain individuals, um, you know, and perceptions is a beast. So when you try to get to certain individuals, one thing that you always have to understand when you're frequenting all these different spaces, if you show yourself to be inconsistent, well then trust that somebody has witnessed it. So duly noted. Um, People have this thing like, oh, I didn't see this person in my space. You have burner accounts. None of them might. So just imagine if somebody who name you were bringing up or, hey, I got this relationship here. What if they're in your space with their burner account, seeing how you conduct yourself when you think no one else in the room matters? You think somebody wouldn't go through that process to vet who wants to be around them? I guess you probably would think that. So anyway, next, we have United Airlines. They serving mixed drinks and mixed nuts. Crazy. Crazy. And I know y'all have seen this story already about this dude over here. So now, this dude self-admitted, well, I don't know if he self-admittedly, but it came out in the story that, okay, the brother, I guess he couldn't find one of them scooters for his luggage, so he took a wheelchair instead. And I don't know what airport they in I don't know if New York or Newark is anything like California or something like that, but you might have to pay for that wheelchair. I think PDX is one of the few free wheelchair joints. Some of the place you got to pay for the wheelchair. Nonetheless, whether he paid for it or not, he was using it for his luggage. And then, Then hashtag white violence ensued. So somebody feeling like, hey, I'm going to sit up here and poke my chest out and I'm going to make a black dude do what I say. You're misusing that chair right there. You need to do something else. Well, the rest is history, and I guess he decided that he was going to posture on the man and actually struck this man first. And so I'm sure the full video will be on its way soon because they already done fired the white boy. I hope because see, they arrested this brother for defending himself. So I hope he absolutely sues everybody involved. Sue everybody. We.
Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
Now, see what the funny part about all of this is that United has already done this, and I believe that brother Professor Black Truth did an excellent piece on this earlier today when he talked about the earlier incident. Because I was like, wait a minute, United? It's like this happened on United. It's like, man, so they only fire the white dude, but they arrest and charge the black dude for defending himself. Well, I can honestly say I've experienced that. Like I said, I make no bones about that. I went sat down for shooting a white supremacist attacker, admittedly attacking me from behind. He's still alive. He fine. He'll be all right. But nonetheless, I had to go sit down and do my time for that because there is no such thing as protection when you are black against a white person, because all of a sudden that law that they say doesn't exist or it's never used. Oh, the hell it's not. The Dred Scott decision is very much used, and this is the instance to when you see it. You can actually have a person say, I attacked him. See, I'm going off to jail. I'm the one with the case. Oh, well, yeah, So what would you have done differently? Nothing. Aimed high. I'm just saying. So remember before, back in the day with this Asian cat that had to get yanked off because United was overbooked and they've changed policies about it. Well, just as a refresher, just remember this. This man ended up on TV with interviews while the black man went to jail and got arrested and got charges and also got suspended from his CFL team.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
That damn screaming.
Oh my God! My God! What are you doing?
And they changed policy over that. That man he got on different TV shows and had interviews and everything. Are they going to interview the brother? Seriously doubt it. Seriously doubt it. Oh, you know what? There's a story that I wanted to hit last week. I don't think I even played this story for y'all because we ended up on something else. Check. I don't think I might have played this story for you, but I'm not sure if I did. So if I did already, please bear with me, and because as we start accumulating broadcasts, some things I go through so many damn videos, so it's like, did I watch it? Do I remember watching it, or do I remember playing it and showing it to y'all? So this is one of those that I just can't remember. So we're going to play this again, or maybe for the first time. But this is this janky situation that this brother gets hemmed up by the police. Basically, something I can't really understand. It's a false, kind of a false identification type deal. And he's like a worker. But let's check it out.
Sir, but
another controversial interaction with the East Ridge Police Department. Good evening, I'm Kim Chapman.
And I'm Josh Rose. Sabrina Majori breaks down body camera video of the incident that began after a family dog got loose. Sabrina.
Josh and Kim, the attorney for the man facing charges from this interaction, provided us with the body camera video and says East Ridge Police's response was uncalled for.
Don't make me come in that house. I will come in that house. I will come in that house. Get out here now. Do it now. Do it now. You think I'm going to argue with you? I'm going to tase your.
What's playing out on your screen now? The first 12 seconds of this East Ridge Police interaction captured on body camera video.
I didn't do nothing.
All I came here to do was to talk to you. Now,
They should have been on one.
Don't tell me how to run my shift. I'll have as many officers here as I want. Do you understand what I'm saying?
The video shows Kadron Laughlin sitting on the front steps of a home as East Ridge Police Officer Roy Stacker questions him.
So you threatening all 50 officers?
No, he threatened me.
This police report says Kadron Laughlin worked for Orange Grove and was dropping off a client at a home when the family dog got loose.
He accidentally let our dog out. That's all that happened.
According to that report, Laughlin tried to help the family chase down the dog and ended up on off-duty police officer Andrew Carter's property.
He says you threatened him first. Is that an incorrect statement? It is.
The report says Laughlin threatened Carter with a weapon that police found in Laughlin's car, but body camera video shows Laughlin explaining Carter threatened him first.
So I've got a he said, she said. Granted, he's an officer, but I have to look at it from that side.
The video shows officers asking Carter which charge he thinks fits what happened here.
I'm asking you what you want to do with it. I'll do whatever you want done. You're the Vic.
I'd like to prosecute for ag assault.
Police ultimately arrested Laughlin.
Okay. And yeah.
Laughlin was later fired from Orange Grove and is now facing aggravated assault charges. But his attorney tells us what happened here was an excessive reaction, and he wants to see the DA's office drop this case.
We reached out to East Ridge Police Chief Stan Allen about this situation today. He tells us he cannot comment until he decides if there should be an internal investigation. According to Laughlin's attorney, his next court date is set for June 7th. Josh?
Sabrina, thank you. Hamilton County Sheriff's Office confirmed today that the responding East Ridge police officer in that video, Roy Stacker, was a former Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy. According to the department, he worked for the Sheriff's Office for 10 years and resigned under good terms.
We spent the day going through a use of force policy for East Ridge Police and chatting to one expert who helped train law enforcement officers for years. This after after Eastridge Police's response.
But it's us. You start going into all type of explaining. That's splaining. That is splaining. Because all you're doing right there is sitting up here saying, well, we're going to look into use of force. You got two eyes. You can witness the interaction between people. See, black men are judged on everything. We don't have the luxury of saying, well, you can't just look from there. Oh, we don't get that luxury. Matter of fact, people just make up shit. I just read you a whole made up text chain or inbox with a bunch of made up shit. And then I played you the recording first. And then I read everything after that. People literally will make up shit. Flat out lie. So you think that cop didn't lie in the first place? That man didn't threaten that dude. He on his job. How is he threatening you? So here's another thing. Another part of white violence. Deception. It's another part. So what all of this has to do, what this shooter has to do with Kyle Rittenhouse is, because people have been asking, how was that the Rittenhouse effect? The Rittenhouse effect is simply this. You believe you are above everything else, and somehow your status or stature allows you to exterminate other living beings. There you have your Kyle Rittenhouse effect. So, oh no, it's not that he's white. Oh no. It's that he subscribes to the narrative of white supremacy. And now that white supremacy is running the end of its course, all of its ends are exploding. So, it is what it is. You're seeing what you're seeing. Now, some people, which I say some black folks, obviously are having a hard time with the destruction of this system. So instead of going after people in the system, they'd rather go at other people that look like them. But there's also another angle that comes to mind on why certain people would come over here and look to deter conversation. Because they all seem to have the same kind of sound to me. And I have to think, when I see things, sometimes I'll say, what's motivating this? Let me just go look up and see if there is anything under this type of situation out there. Well, the demo shills will never disappoint. So here is a little insight. If you can read between the lines, check this out and understand what is going on in this world and the power that the grassroots are absolutely playing with right now.
Good evening, everyone. We are live tonight from Liberty Plaza in Atlanta, near the state capitol, on the eve of Georgia's primary election. Now, there are several major races that we're keeping a close eye on. And, of course, Georgia was ground zero for the disgraced former president's scheme to steal the 2020 election. Tomorrow, voters will determine if Republican attempts to steal the next presidential election will be stopped. Polls indicate that the race for governor will likely be a rematch of 2018 between incumbent Republican Brian Kemp and Democrat Stacey Abrams. Abrams lost that election by the tiniest of margins and is running unopposed for the Democratic nomination this year. Now, from what we've seen so far in the political ads, Stacey Abrams is the star of the show in this election. All the Republican candidates, no matter what offices they're running for, are talking about her.
How dare you, Stacey Abrams, attacking Butch Miller for writing the law against transgender boys competing in girls' sports?
Chris Carr, Georgia's conservative attorney general. He's taken on President Biden and Stacey Abrams.
It's not Stacey Abrams. It's Rhino O'Brien Kemp.
Stacey Abrams and the liberal mob forced the All-Star game to move. Fauci, Stacey Abrams, and the media, they all came after us. We've got to keep Stacey Abrams from becoming our governor and our next president.
Wow, it'll be up to the next governor to stand up to the big lie. And there are plenty of Republicans pushing that farce, including in the races for Senate and Secretary of State. And in the race for the Republican nomination for governor, former Senator David Perdue is looking for vengeance for his 2020 Senate defeat, blaming his opponent, Governor Kemp, for allowing Democrats to, quote, steal our election. Today, Perdue said that he wouldn't necessarily accept the results if he loses tomorrow's primary.
Are you going to accept the results of this election?
Well, it depends on if they're fraud or not. If this is a straight-up election, I'm going to support the winner of this because my number one objective is make sure Stacey Abrams is never governor of Georgia.
The former president's big lie in Georgia has also led Georgia to become ground zero for voter suppression, with its Jim Crow version 2.0 voting law put in place last year by Republicans using a baseless assertion of fraud. And Republicans, with the help from some in the political press, are now using the huge turnout in the primary so far to push a new big lie, that the record turnout, which is mainly from Republican primary voters, means that Georgia's suppressive voting law is not suppressive at all, despite the fact that the voters that it was meant to harm most are not voting in contested primaries, meaning the real test for how the law affects them will come in November. Joining me now is Stacey Abrams, Democratic candidate for Georgia governor. And Leader Abrams, thank you so much for being here. I have to start with that because I feel like a narrative is sort of congealing among much of the political press that comes from Republicans, but it is settling in even amongst some folks in my profession, that because lots of people turned out, 857,000 so far and counting, that means that there is no voter suppression in Georgia. But I note, as I did in the intro, that it's largely, substantially more Republicans. They're not the ones who have long lines. They get to breathe.
Joy, that means your party sucks. Because you just gave the truth. What's different is not suppression. Your party sucks. Shout out to Black Alpha right now, holding the space right now, talking about canceling the Democrats, which absolutely needs to damn happen. Because these type of people will get up here. This is this week. You don't have things about your own people and community to address right now, Miss Joy Reid and Stacey Abrams. You want to sit up here and talk about gun rights and this and that, and now we're shifting back to some bullshit Democrat conversation about how to get these weak do-nothings voted in. And this is why people ain't fooling with the mainstream media no more. Because you keep trying to shove crap down our throats, and these people ain't lifting up a finger. You do realize we follow most of these people on Twitter. So we see the F's that they don't give about black folk. We see it every day. It's not a mystery. We see it every single doggone day. And they show us proudly they don't give a damn about us. So why on earth are we continuously up here trying to act like these black dudes, we got to vote, didn't we? What are we voting for? For this? So to people who will wait to get their cue from a white person to start speaking about dead black people? Shh. Hell no, not me.
It's right through. They're not the ones who have suppression, and this is in-person voting. This isn't mail-in. What do you make of this new narrative?
Well, I think the most important piece is to winnow it down to this. The equivalent of saying that more people voting means there's no suppression is like telling people that if you get in the water, there are no sharks. If more people get in the water, there are fewer sharks. There's no correlation there. Voter suppression is about blocking or impeding certain types of voters from participating in elections. And as you pointed out, right now, Republicans have the most competitive elections. But what we also don't know is what is the mail-in ballot rejection rate? What are the difficulties people are having? But we do have some very real examples of what this law precipitated. Spalding County eliminated Sunday voting.
Most places are closed on Sunday, and you're in the Bible Belt, so cut it out, lady. Cut it out. Absolutely right, RG Titan, 1,000%. And that's enough. I can only stomach so much of this lying Democratic crap. You know, we are foundational Black Americans, period. We are not Democrat, nor are we Republican. We are our own. And we are going to vote for our interests. No one else's. Not concerned with another group. Because, see, y'all get out here and start doing some funny style shit. Talking about black and brown, black and brown, black and brown, black and brown. Then come to find out some of these brown folks actually only identified as white. Imagine that. So, speaking of identifying as white, let's do this. Let's look into the Dallas shooter, because that is where we will be. That's it. Okay. Hold on, bear with me. Okay. So this Dallas shooter, one of the parents have came out and they've been trying to, one of the parents they're showing, because I guess he made a kind of a spectacle today. Oh, that's the other joint I need to get here. One more video I need to grab. So they're trying to figure out how to play this one in Texas, clearly, which I'm not surprised, but something that my moderator, Judah Queen, just sent me, I'm also going to play right after this. So check this out. Obviously, Beto O'Rourke is trying to get some camera time. So again, you know, just seeing white supremacy kind of implode. It's great.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Sit down. You're out of line and an embarrassment. Sit down and don't play this. Next shooting is right now, and you are doing nothing. No, he needs to get his ass out of here. This isn't the place to talk to. So this is totally predictable when you. Sir, you're out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Please leave this auditorium. I can't believe you're a sick son of a bitch that would come to a deal like this to make a political issue.
Yeah, you want me to come in? So we're following some developments here at this news conference here in Uvalde right now. That is Beto O'Rourke, who is telling the governor of Texas right now another shooting is going to happen, essentially putting the onus on the governor and the leadership in Texas right now, confronting him face to face at this news conference over the killings that happened at this elementary school. We should mention Beto O'Rourke is also running for office here in the state of Texas statewide office. He is being escorted.
Also, in that same meeting or press conference, this happened.
It's terrible. It's terrible. What a shame. I'm ashamed to be an American citizen right now. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing now, huh?
It's terrible. What a shame. I'm ashamed to be an American citizen right now. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Oh, Lord. And then what Judah Queen just said. So, America's sweetheart, Ukraine, they've even chimed in. You know, I guess they must have called over there and said, hey, Zelensky, we need you to go ahead and do a little press conference. You know, you being an American and all. I mean, you being a Ukrainian and all. Ukrainian, American, Ukrainian, Khazarian, all the same. So this Ukrainian leader of the Nazis over there, he actually has came to the shouting out of some of these invaders. So he is talking about how the invaders are. It was a terrible thing with what happened to these invader children. Because I mean, this is a Nazi, and this other shooter that just killed all of those black people in Buffalo had the Azov battalion thing on his chest. So you have an Azov representative in America. So we see what it is. So okay, now you care about these little invader children. Wow, okay. I guess you're not planning on coming here to be invaders of America then, huh? Damn devil.
Я хотів би висловити сьогодні співчуття усім рідним та близьким дітей, які були вбиті в страшному нападі на початкову школу в Техасі, в Сполучених Штатах. Станом на цей час, наскільки мені відомо, 21 людина загибла, з них 19 дітей. І це абсолютно в мирний час вбивають абсолютно невинних дітей. Тому, якщо ви хочете мою думку, то війна, вона всюду, вона є у суспільстві, а в цілому є у світі.
So, you know, everybody can have compassion as long as it ain't black. As long as the victims ain't black, yeah, we'll have compassion there, man. No problemo. Ain't that something? Well, at the end of the day, America, this is you. And why?
Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
Anybody tell you that they wasn't aware what Joe Biden was, but they voted for him and it was so long ago? Yeah, this was after Joe Biden got elected, though.
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European.
Sounds like he's worried about the thinning of the numbers. Sounds like he's worried about being replaced. And that's the dude that is in office right now. So black folks should not even be entertaining any type of Democratic, Republican conversation with anybody. Most of all, anybody outside of us. Here's another story that just happened. And this is why this should not happen. I believe the first person that found this story might have been Brother Afro. This is on Tariq Nasheed's page. Nooses found outside Evanston Middle School. Black children still get no respect. Ain't that something? Well, okay, so what is this saying right here? Nooses found outside Evanston Middle School. Oh, wow. Evanston community calls for accountability after nooses are found outside school. Let's see. A week after nooses were found outside of the Evanston Middle School, community members want to know what is being done to find out who is responsible for hanging them. The group Ex-Cons for Community and Social Justice Change demonstrated outside Haven Middle School as children were arriving for class Monday. Good, shout out. Oh yeah, because this is in Chicago, so shout out to those brothers out there, Tyrone Muhammad and the rest of them brothers out there. Let's see. Quote, this is 2022. Black children should not continue to be terrorized and victimized by nooses and racism, not, unquote. One speaker said through a megaphone. The group wants to know what's been done to find out who hung 3 nooses on trees outside this school and to hold them accountable. School Superintendent Devon Horton called the May 13th incident a hate crime and promised that the district and the community will continue to fight racism. Here's one way of fighting racism: acknowledging that it is inherently anti-Black, because you're not fighting racism talking about nooses. You're fighting anti-Black racism. So first, the thing that you could do is use the proper wording that our community demands you use. We are not people of color. Do not get up there and speak to us or about us as people of color, because we will promptly correct you. One of the residents who live nearby described hearing about this incident. Quote, nausea. It was discussed. I was disgusted at this that this would happen here in this time. Has racism went away, lady or man, whatever? This sounds like a woman talking. It just makes me sad. It makes me very sad, and I agree that someone needs to be held accountable, said Carly Barth. I knew it was a woman, and even more so, it sounded like a white woman. Held accountable? No, we need to investigate anti-Blackness in America, because there's a whole group. See, there's not one victim. The whole Black community is the victim of those nooses. So let's not twist it around talking, no, accountable for one. Let's address this societal behavioral pattern of anti-Black racism that is often so overtly demonstrated before our faces and in our lives. Can we start doing that? If not, we gonna need y'all to shut y'all asses up, because y'all ain't no Black leaders and you do not speak for us. You do not represent us. And if we have the time and space to close the distance between you, a microphone, and a camera in public to let you know so, that's what's going to happen, because you're getting ran up off the block. Quote, if this was a swastika, everybody would be outraged. If this was a violation against the LGBTQ, everybody would be here. Black children get no respect, quote, said Tyrone Muhammad. The son of a protester, 6th grade student Duma Edwards, and his older sister Katina said he wishes more people would speak up. Quote, I've heard a lot of racist things at the school. It's not really surprising to me, unquote, Duma said. Sixth grade student. And I could probably say the same thing. You said you saw that, Nikki? Yes, indeed. This is crazy. I quote, I just want to see people in the community stand up. As you see, it's not a big protest. It's kind of disappointing, quote, Katina said. Well, because when it's our children, these are damn nooses right after you have an anti-Black ambush. All they can do is try to change the conversation. So again, let's go back to today's cover. Black folks are absolutely spiritually withdrawn from American society at this point. It's so bad that they are throwing Suki Hana's trash ass at you. Like America's in a bad state to where, I mean, and let's even keep it even more so a buck. It's so bad, right? The climate is so bad right now that they can't even wheel out Devil Shoe Boy. What's the boy that over there dancing up all on Satan? That old weirdo. What's that sucker ass nigga name? Little Nas X. Little Nas X. Yeah, that dude. They can't even wheel that dude out with all of that nonsense he doing. Now, on the flip side of that, you know he always with a woman. But he gay him on real TV life, I guess. Because I played the videos on my broadcast. Nobody even caught on. I was like, he got a whole chick out here that he hanging with all the damn time. I thought he supposed to be gay. He over here kissing up all on this woman. Don't you know? But maybe they might have scrubbed. They might have made her take her shit down, though. Because, you know, like, he had this little thing out there. She was posting all kind of videos with him. They in the bed and all of this type. Like, Little Nas X ain't gay. Like, who is this black woman over here that he fooling with? They seem awfully friendly. And I don't never really see him around no men other than doing all that funny shit in front of a camera. But when he was over here with this chick on her YouTube channel, looked like that was mighty friendly. You know, so, you know, you just got to think of what they put out here. Some people are meant to be out here just to bring down the energy. And right now, we got to make sure we stay on top of everything concerning us, because they trying to throw everything and some more shit at us. So let me play this, because as it turns out, this weirdo who went and shot up the school in Dallas, I guess he posted, again, the same thing. So we're seeing these same patterns. Everybody want to sit up here and deny because he's Mexican. So what? He's doing the exact same patterns of all these other damn school shooters. That Kyle Rittenhouse effect is real. And we have to look at how you people are raising these little demonic monsters to just come up embracing hashtag white violence. Something has to be done about all this white violence out here. That we need protection from all of this white violence. Don't you think so, family? We need a Stop Anti-Black Hate bill so we can avoid, and when these children grow up, and when this baby down here on the bottom right grows up and decides he wants to go shoot up some niggas, there is a bill protecting our children and his peers from his sadistic nature. Because as we've seen, you know, some things that are taught at home, don't they say things are taught at home? See, when it comes now down to their children being these sadistic monsters, all of a sudden, oh man, it's the media, it's social media. No. It's you great nurturers. And right now, you know, this is pretty much how well you're looking at the moment there, Karen. Woo, she fell like Babylon. Check this out, family.
Day after a gunman opened fire at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas. Officials say the 18-year-old shooter exchanged fire with police officers when he arrived at the school, but they were unable to stop him as he entered a classroom, barricaded himself inside, and started shooting. All of the victims were in the same classroom. Authorities say that the gunman illegally purchased 2 semi-automatic rifles and ammunition at a local sporting goods store. He was inside the school for about an hour before being killed by law enforcement. Multiple hospitals in Texas are continuing to care for victims of the shooting. Some of them remain in critical condition. We'll have more on how the community is reeling with this horrific tragedy and the renewed calls for new gun legislation in the country. We have a team of correspondents covering this story. Janet Shamlian leads off our coverage from Uvalde, Texas.
Massacre in a fourth grade classroom just 2 days before summer break. A gunman bursting into a fourth grade classroom at Robb Elementary School, opening fire with an AR-15 style rifle. An unimaginable toll. 19 children gunned down, along with 2 teachers. 17 others were hurt. They were kids. Among those who did not come home, Amory Jo Garza, who proudly displayed her honor roll certificate, and Annabelle Rodriguez, a straight-A student who loves school, and teachers Irma Garcia and Eva Morales, married to a Uvalde police officer.
Now, let me point something out real quick. Anybody remember all of our other mass white shooters? Who were their first choice victims? Their first choice victims were other people, black folks. Who did they set them on? Other people that look like them. Are you seeing the resemblance of something? See, just because it's Mexican now didn't change anything about that. That part still stands. How about that?
Kids will never attend school again. To say the least, Uvalde has been shaken to its core.
In the aftermath, chaos and confusion as moms and dads raced to a reunion center. Far too many would go home without their children. Parents were asked to give DNA swabs to help identify the dead.
To all the moms that lost their babies, I am so sorry. I cannot imagine what they're going through.
CBS News has learned the gunman, Salvador Ramos, had earlier fought with his grandmother over a cell phone bill and shot her in the face. Tonight, she's in critical condition. Governor Greg Abbott says the shooter posted on Facebook about 30 minutes before reaching the school.
The first post was, he said, "I'm going to shoot my grandmother." The second post was, "I shot my grandmother." The third post was, "I'm going to shoot an elementary school."
The 18-year-old left in his grandmother's truck, crashing into a ditch near the school. This video shows him entering a back door just before noon, going down hallways before barricading himself in a classroom. A Border Patrol agent from an elite SWAT unit shot and killed him a short time later.
This shooter is an evil person. Just to go into the school and have no regard for human life and just shoot innocent children inside that classroom, it's just unimaginable to put into words right now.
The gunman dropped out of school and had few friends, authorities say, legally purchasing 2 assault rifles and almost 400 rounds of ammunition earlier this month. Uvalde
Real quick, anybody remember Adam Lanza? If y'all remember here in the last, some of the last few shooters before New Black Media really started leading the charge on making sure these people's faces and names start to be out there, the mainstream media, starting with Adam Lanza, was making sure they did not post the mass white shooters' pictures. Now, if you a nigga and do all that shit, you can get, your face will be on everything 24/7. Well, you gonna see the Will Smith slap, smack, 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 the smack heard across the world. Here's this sadistic killer, and we should not dive into what was wrong with him. You're not protecting anybody in the future by not identifying what's problem. But here's the thing. White society, white supremacist society, let me say that. White supremacist society understands it has to regenerate its cowardice soldiers. And white supremacy is full of cowardice soldiers. You don't believe me? Well, y'all seen January 6th. These are cowardly soldiers. But look at that flag. Something look familiar, family? You see that AR-15 that is on that rebel flag? Do y'all see that? Most people probably, when I put this on the screen, don't even notice that AR-15 sitting in the middle of that flag. This is the philosophy of Satan, aka white supremacists. They only serve Lucifer. You know. And then you have some of these other people who get into that religion. And so then they start falling in line with the white supremacists because they're the heads of that religion. So who else would you be like? You're going to be like the devil. Right? And we see what the devil do, don't we? What does the devil do? The devil puts machine guns and rifles in little babies' hands. They want to make sure that you get this feeling good around your hands, son, because when you're growing up, you're going to have to learn how to kill. Because the devil's job is to steal, kill, and destroy. Do you see the elements of birth, middle life, childhood, and adulthood all in one picture right now? What do we experience as black folks in America? These anti-black domestic terrorists. And then when they have to get called on the carpet for it, this is what they tend to do. Oh, well, see, you know, hey, black folks, being the Democrats, and, you know, but see, man, the Republicans, we are black people talking about black issues. Well, I mean, those people are so far left, and I don't give a damn about none of that. And I understand how far out of touch white supremacy is with the black community. So you still believe black people can't decipher if they're black or Democrat. Well, we are not that group over here in the grassroots. We fully understand we are not Democrat nor Republican, like Malcolm X did. There are more politically mature individuals aware today. So you're not losing, you're actually winning what you've worked so hard to do. Let that reality sink in. You put yourself in this position, did you not?
President Maria Flores told us she knows the family.
I've been hearing that he was being bullied since he was a little boy, you know. But we don't know really exactly why this thing happened.
Churches and community centers have opened.
Here's another thing. Was this kid legal? I mean, he was bullied and this and that. Is this kid even legal? They say he bought his gun legally, so I'm assuming he is. If he bought his gun legally, then he must be legal, right? That would be what, yeah, you might want to look into that. Shawanda S. said, Maxi-splaining.
Their doors, but tonight, many of those prayers for the lives of children seem to have gone unanswered.
Oh, you never thought it was going to happen into your town.
Oh, stop it.
I just, so heartbreaking.
My colleague Tanya Rivero is also on the ground in Uvalde. She joins me now for more. Tanya, what's the latest with this investigation? And
welcome to America, Maria. These little sadistic bastards run up in schools and kill people. You know, the ones you came all the way over here and swum through swamps and all of that water. And I did all of this just to get here for a better life. Well, here's your better life right here, sister. This is right here what they got for you. A bunch of invader answers. See, here's the answers to the new wave of invaders. So while you're worrying about your dreaming, they over here getting their kids to scheming. So while you dreaming, they scheming and they teaching their kids on how to shoot you. So y'all keep sitting up here playing games with these people if y'all want to, because they not. You understand what you see on the screen? Look at that little girl in that peace joint in the middle, toward the left. She got that thing over there. She popping them off, ain't she? Man, yo. So while you got the Suki Hanas out here, and I just seen a video right before I came on live of Floyd Mayweather daughter up here acting the ass in the damn gas station. Like, the Suki Hana shit is cool. There's nothing cool with being absolutely trash. There's nothing respectable in conducting yourself ass out in the damn bikini and stripper gear in a AM PM. That is so super raunchy ratchet, it ain't funny. And then what happens with us is that we can't say shit about that bullshit. Because you're a black man, you must hate all black women because you don't like this skanky ass bitch. I mean, this doesn't make any sense. Do you see what y'all co-signing? No, you got to stop it. We got to get back to respectability. That ain't saying, well, if you think respectability is acting white, I don't know what's wrong with you. No, we actually talk other folks' respectability. You're just having to get back into your former self. Don't let these, man. Suki, oh yeah, like I said, Suki Hana is rancid. She sure look like it though, don't she? She look like one of them unclean women.
How is the roughly 15,000 person, predominantly Latino community dealing with this tragedy?
Well, you know, Lana, throughout this day, I've had the opportunity to speak with a lot of residents who are touched by this tragedy on various levels. I spoke with one little girl who was in the school yesterday, who is related to 3 of the children who were killed. I spoke with a young man, a 20-year-old man, who says that he hung out with the shooter, Salvador Ramos, as a young teen because their parents were dating. So it's a small community. Everyone seems to be linked by a couple of degrees of separation. It's an incredibly sad and heartfelt moment right now for all of these people. The young man I was talking to says, you know, I liked Salvador. I related to him because we both had parents who were messed up and who didn't care for us. And so we bonded. And now that he's done this, I feel like I will never be able to trust anyone again. Where does evil like this come from? And of course, I had no answers for that young man. I just encouraged him to keep talking to others.
So much sad.
That's about all that I'll play. Let me tell you what the problem is. You come here and you subscribe and you conform to the idea of white supremacy. What we're now witnessing is the fall of white supremacy. What you're seeing is all the people who came up here to come benefit off the bat of black oppression. Chickens coming home to roost. Because we are not everybody's play toy or donkey. We are not here to be your mules for your agenda. And right now we're bucking and saying, everybody off. If you ain't with us, you ain't with us. And, you know, I understand just like what I played before. That's why I went ahead and played that early in the broadcast. You know, who knows, there might be a space going on right now. You can't co-opt this movement. Jeez. We have to watch these people out here. We have to watch people that we allow around us and in these circles, because a lot of these people absolutely do not have anything good Um, well, I can't say don't have nothing good to offer. People do. Unfortunately, people who can talk nice, always give compliments, you know, uh, to people to whom they don't even really interact with. But it's always public. See, I could say one thing if a person is hitting somebody in their DMs like, man, I appreciate it. I got this from it, man, you this or that. But when you're actually tweeting somebody and then you're tweeting that person, now you're putting their, things in kind of a cloudy situation. And Lord knows what kind of conversation goes on in these back channels. One thing I can say is I don't think I know most of it. Yes, indeed. But, at the same time, too, there's also a lot of information that can come out and stuff like that. Because then that's when you kind of start seeing how people's get downs is like, oh, wow, y'all cool? Oh, I didn't even think you was cool. Huh. You start seeing different relationships that otherwise didn't make any sense. It's like, oh, okay, well, I see you now. Gotcha. But this new thing that has popped up, I'm really kind of shocked with this whole the whole line of Marcus Garvey not being like for Black Americans. And considering how I'm seeing how some people have a problem with us mentioning Garvey, well, let's just see who all we have a problem with in this lane. That would be myself, which you already clearly expressed that. But the one person that I guess you would probably have to recognize is Tariq Nasheed. He also mentions Marcus Garvey. Interesting to know and hear what people think. You know what I'm saying? It almost reminds me of like how we heard about Yvette and what she had to say about Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. See, everybody was rocking with her for a while too, wasn't it? Until she came out of her out of her mouth and said that, right? Man, sometimes it happens in life, doesn't it? So let me tell you this. Some people get in these situations and they be, that energy is high. I get it, Oh, well, I think this person says something, and if I can clown this person in public, then people will look at me as I'm smart. And I must have something of value to say to all the people that they must be in association with. So, hey, y'all, look at me. I've been a musician since I was 3 years old. You know how old that type of shit is to me? I'm always close to what's going on. So chances are, yeah, I know. But the funny thing is when you have such a long track record, a lot of people who just pops out, they be like, oh, I got friends that I've known for 30 years, but they got people who fool with them for say maybe 10 years. They don't even know we've got a relationship. That's the whole point of not burning bridges. But I know how some of you can't seem to put the gas can down now, can you? I am looking for this video here. Where is it? No, I got it here somewhere. Where are we at? Bear with me, family. I am looking for something. But one thing, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let me get get this real quick. I don't know why all of a sudden my computer's running so slow. But yeah, if you guys want to know, get a little bit of backstory of what's going on, just remember this broadcast if this happens to come up in the future. Oh man, no. Oh no, that's a whole different thing. So that's another content creator that consistently keeps going at Tariq Nasheed. That's another thing. And I'm going to just say it. For y'all who follow Goddess Masterpiece, I thought that this woman was like aware of what was going on in the black community. She's so out of touch that she didn't even know who Marcel Dixon is. And then what she thought to do is make a video saying how Tariq is sounding ADOS-ish, I guess, because he's telling South Carolinians to vote for Marcel Dixon. Has this woman been in a cave? I mean, and I'm telling y'all, for those of y'all that fool with me, that fool with her, I'm looking at y'all some kind of way, man. I need to know how anything that nut is saying makes any damn sense. Everything she's saying is unfounded. We got to get out this habit of this person don't like somebody, I don't like this person that I don't know. So let's get up here and start supporting people whom we don't even know why the hell you don't like this person. Man, miss me with all of that. I'm so glad that I am not wrapped up in that. But even more so, y'all have women be on this thing to where every man should look at every individual woman's problems and then go jump in there and be Superman. And I've seen these sisters calling out brothers from the nation. I've seen these people calling out random people that did not come to their aid and like they're damsels in distress, but never ever can hold it down on the positivity end with that mouth. Everything you say is negative about somebody else black. Over here we go at white supremacy. But all I see is Tariq Nasheed's names and shit. Which, by way, again, I will make myself very clear. If you going at one and going at this one, then aren't you going at New Black Media as well? Maybe I'm confused. I mean, there was one time that the New Black Media popped up on that page and that video got removed. I appreciate that. However, all of this, Marcel Dixon is a candidate from the grassroots. Ain't your ass supposed to be grassroots? But y'all sit up here talking about warrior class, warrior class, warrior class, but you don't know none of the damn warriors. Because if you did, somebody would have told you, shut your punk ass up by now. You talking too much. You sitting up here keep throwing men under the bus. What good is that doing us? And then the same person that'll do that shit will co-sign Cynthia G. I'm going to need you to shut your ass up. And I'm telling you, I know some people who, man, y'all fool with me, y'all fool with her. I'm telling you now. I'm going to need some answers for why all of this self-destructive black community shit is cool. Because some of y'all are right up under me. Let's not play. I'm telling everybody that fools with her, I got questions and I need answers. So, hey man, don't let me pop up. Yeah, if you ain't in my chat and I'm popping up and seeing you over there, I got questions. Yeah, I got questions. Shouldn't I? Something's amiss. I need some clarity. If I get some clarity, I'll be good. This need to make sense for me. I don't understand that. Oh, Beatzilla can't get the support, but this woman over here that's consistently trying to tear down the shit he's trying to build? No, sorry, Bob. So I'm going to tell y'all fool with her, I'm going to need y'all to holler at me, man. I'm going to need y'all to holler at me because I ain't feeling that. I ain't feeling that at all. So on with the show because every now and then you just have to remind people that the code is the leader, not anyone's damn emotions. The code is the leader, not how you feel about somebody, but the code is the leader. If you don't get along with someone else, you don't open up public spaces putting their names in it in front of white folks because the code is the leader. Now that y'all need to sit up here and get, truth be told, the accountability factor in our community has been fortunately easily wiped away, and it has done us no favors. It has absolutely done us no favors. So I hope that what I'm saying right here is sinking in, because I know there's going to be people in here that do not like what I said. I just freeze. Oh, wow, I'm freezing in this one. I've never had to do this before. Oh, okay, there we go. I was just going to say, I just froze up. What's going on, Valley Ray? Here's another thing. Another thing I can't stand about people that's always talking shit. Do you realize I have childhood friends still? Like, I literally have friends from, like, elementary school. See, but that means that I've been thorough and real for a long time. You can't fake authentic. That's why my track record is what it is. If you ever think you finna try me publicly again, sister, well, let today's whooping teach you something. Stop listening to what people tell you about me. If you want to interact with me or learn about who I am, I'm right here. I'm available. I interact with people freely. What I will not do is be approached as if I'm beneath someone or as if I owe you the conversation, because I don't. Second of all, you come to me in respect. You ain't talking to Joe Nobody when you talking to Beatzilla. You better honor that. When you trying to see, you could do just like the toothless one and try to be disrespectful like he finna punk somebody over here through my door and my gate? No, the hell not. That's why he's sitting over there with you, dancing in socks, dancing in front of bandos, because that's about all he can do. And now, he got him a watch and a little dry-ass fake chain, just trying to sit up here and still be me. Y'all need to get away from imposters and come over here and deal with the real. Because, geez, I don't know what to say. I'm dealing with people that I don't even know. All that energy can be put into something positive and constructive. Unfortunately, in these situations, you're always, positive always attracts negative. So you have a positive space, somebody got to come in there. My brother's in a space right now. They're over there in the space right now. Some of them have been hopping in between my chat in that space. Right now. Now, if I get off of this live and I go into that space, now, mind you, there's already been certain precautions against these type of incidences happen again to me. And just for the record, I had nothing to do with that. That's something that was done on its own. So, I just found out about it. So, if you wondering why you cannot access me or get access to a space that I'm in, it's because of what you pulled on me today. And I guess, if you've shown enough track record, well, then today was the straw that broke the camel's back. Whoo. Well, you know what? Nah, I gotta do it. Let's do this. Because people be getting people's energies confused. And then they come over to me because they believe that all of that bandana wearing and spitting somehow turns itself into being alpha. But see, alpha can smell something. Like, I'm a man. I'm a real man. So I always understand pheromones. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? We understand. I'm a man that's attracted to pheromones, meaning I'm an absolute heterosexual. It's not all appearance. It is literally pheromones. If you don't have them pheromones popping, you can't even talk to me. What you saying? Because other than that, that's why I'm saying all these other little confused monsters out there, after everything blows up in their little punk ass face and they finally have to figure out they got to just suck it up and apologize. Oh, it's going to be from, I'm a good someone. Don't look at me. Watch how it's going to end, though. This is how it ends, family.
I'm not gay no more. 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 I am delivered. I'm delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. I said I like women. Women. I will love a woman.
Beatzilla don't play with none of you bitches. Go play with your mama. Don't go play with me. You dig? So what I'm telling y'all is we have to be aware of all of our enemies from outside and within. Although they may talk a good game, they be able to say, hey, well, we black and this and that. When I see people going off like unhinged, it's like, oh, okay, you've been waiting for this moment and just couldn't figure out how to pull the trigger, huh? I know. That's why I hear people come at me with this, I'm smarter than you. Bitch, ain't you almost 50? You talking to me about how much more smarter than me you are? Okay, well then I should have seen something that I have been able to do done by you by now. Right? But that ain't happening. And the reason why 20 people would be in a room or in any kind of, do you know how many people got to be in that thread talking about Beatzilla? Here's one tasty tidbit of information for you to sleep on. I don't think about none of you hoes. Because I don't know none of you. So what sleep am I losing over people I do not know? The people that do know me, though, know I'm a good individual to know. And I'll even look out for you when you don't even know I'm doing it. Because I just like people seeing my folks doing good. Ain't that what y'all about? I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. Clearly not. So you don't want to see your people doing good. See, if your other people doing good, then that should make you feel good because you are helping them achieve what they're trying to achieve. And shit, there's enough depression out here to go around for everybody. Ain't it better to try to help somebody be happy? Only thing you can think to do is ever come up in somebody's face and try to tear them down. And you don't even know these people. You're the worst type of person on earth. because you come with a face saying and a nice soft voice, but at the end of the day, you are just as reckless and demonic as the rest of them, and not to ever be trusted. Because if you could tell me, drop this other, because you're so angry that you drop this other idiot's name that I don't know. So here you go. You just threw her under the bus. Boy, can't hold water, but think you smart. I'll accept an apology, though, Miss Warney, if you want to. I don't expect you to, because I understand the great need and desire to be right. Know how much people hate hearing that about Kevin Samuels, but he was right about that. There are definitely, and that's not saying all women are like that at all, no means. But this type of person exists, and they exist in the realms of respectability, so they easily can con the average person who doesn't know him. But see, this person tried to come and engage me right off the rip. Every time you do that, I will disrobe you in front of everyone. Why? Because that's what I do. Nobody told you that, you're bad. But what I just did here tonight, oh, I'm sure you'll try to walk that one off, but I would like to see some honor and respectability out of you for being dead ass wrong. So let's see if you can show that level of integrity, Miss Warney. Calling me out. I've allowed you to hear what I said. I'm not going to go back and forth about, yes, you did. No, I didn't. I played what I said. And I played the fact that you're a liar. Now, you might want to go ahead and do something about that and address that, because now you out here looking like what you actually are. What has been your intent around this whole group this entire time? Did that not just come out? Or am I wrong, or are other people seeing something incorrectly? Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall. And let us rise. Can you dig it? I said, I'm sure they probably be in the space. Oh, you ain't faithful, what are you saying? I have to keep it real. That airport employee is a white Hispanic. Laugh. We're going to call you Laugh in here, okay? Forgive me for not being able to pronounce that. My tongue is not fixed that way. Trabia? Trabia? Is that right? Trabia? That's different. I've never heard that before. That's a new one. So yeah, you broke something out new on me tonight. 2 pieces in the baggage at that. He's ready to go on the little thing that they put behind him. He was ready to just start going off that. If he didn't get up, he would have just been rolling right on it. Oh my Lord. See, here's the thing. They just wanted to make a point out that black man just to arrest him, because they do not want black, especially black alpha men, to defend ourselves. But damn that. That is not what we are here for. We are not to be here big buck targets. That ain't what we are. And we far from buck broken. Matter of fact, at this point in the game, we can put, man, you took the words out of my mouth. I mean, it really raped my partner. So as you can see, he literally took the words right on out of my mouth. We'll whoop your ass. So we go from the rough and tumble era, man. Not this internet shit. Up here, oh man, no. Alpha man, put our hand to it. But, I hope we understand what we are dealing with out here, because we do have a lot of these people that do mean well. We have some who mean well, just have bad ways and bad habits of life, and trying to bring it into a strictly positive space. For some people, it's kind of a hard transition. For others, it's like what they've been waiting for. So when I'm really open and I'm really patient. So please don't get me wrong when I speak, I do absolutely speak with no mixed words. And I mean what I say. But with that being said, I'm very much about my people, and I understand people go through shit, and I'm open to hear it. But you cannot try to bullshit me. I'll warn you now. Don't ever try to bullshit me. I'm a lie detector. So I'll detect bullshit. Off top. Now I just sit up there and okay. Conversation was over. See how that works? Just let them lie to you. Just go ahead and see how much it's gonna go. Let them go. Let that lie run on. Let's see how far you going. How you gonna let this run? But with that being said, family, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at beatzillapdx, on Facebook beatzillapdx, and on Patreon at beatzillapdx official, and on Melanated People at Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. Of course, you can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That is ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And of course, if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket, you definitely can by way of donation at CashApp, $beatzillapdx. That is CashApp, $beatzillapdx. And of course, we have PayPal, which is also Zilla Muzak. That is ZILLAMUZAK. Dig it? Yes, indeed. So once again, thank you for hanging out with your brother, Beatzilla PDX official, right here. And this is how we do. I'm going to be doing, I think I have maybe 1 or 2 uploads that will be premiering tomorrow. So look out for those. I know I have at least one. So for certain, CH464, yes indeed, just walked in the door, you made it in the house. So that is the cue that we have fulfilled our time. The brother has been able to get clock out and travel to his safe destination. And man, it seems like everybody is checked in and well for the evening. So that's good news. Everybody is safe. That's what matters to your brother over here. So with that, man, we will be back, of course, for the weekly wrap up Friday. And again, please share this on your social media and double check and make sure you're still subscribed, because they have been doing that now to this broadcast, as well as playing with my times. So I will also, I haven't been doing it on the uploads, but I might have to start also putting the times on the uploads as well, because YouTube is active real funny style on my channel. So, you know how that go. I got like the watch hours of a person with about 2,000 subscribers, but for some reason they won't let me get over 1,000. But my watch hours and my views are just through the roof. But that's how it goes when you speak the truth. But that's it. That's where the pleasure is. The pleasure is in speaking the truth. One of the things I can always rest assured, I don't go to bed a damn liar. I don't wake up a liar. That is a pretty good feeling, because that pressure ain't in my life. Some of y'all out there might want to try that. Might alleviate some pressure off your own mind. Then you might not be flipping out in spaces. So with that being said, y'all have a blessed evening, because you will be back in my chat tomorrow, hopefully. And we will do this once again. And as we leave, we always do here, because we always want to make sure you understand what we're about here. My middle name is actually Stone. Well, it means stone. If somebody can figure that one out. I know how much you guys like doxing, but I mean, I've already told you I've been to prison, so what are you going to do with that now? Woo-hoo! So, without further ado, for all those liars, make sure you keep your slingshot at the ready to slang the stone of truth. Shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is,
Yes, sir.
you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. See, that's what you throw.
Right.
Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.